All right. Good Tuesday morning. All right, start with our centering this morning. So sit up tall in your chair or wherever you're at and begin just attending to the breath. Pardon me?
I don't see that you're recording with you.
It goes away. It says I'm recording.
Oh, it does. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yours will go away once I start. Mine does.
Okay.
But it
sorry.
says it's recording, so we're good. But can you hear me okay?
Oh,
I
yes,
just,
I can hear you.
okay, fine. All righty. Yeah, it's still recording. Okay. And the bad part about that is that when I lean down, this is getting recorded too. Oh, well. All right, let's go back to the breath. Just bring that, that easy awareness. It's an ease of it. Just close your eyes, go internal just for a moment. Relax the body, relax the mind, and just follow that breath as it travels in and out of the body. So the focus, of course, is always at that mid-belly point, right underneath the rib cage, right above the navel. And with each in-breath, the belly expands, but in a very soft way. And very even and smooth. So let's pick this apart just for a moment and work on just that in-breath. And notice how you can even adjust that half a breath. Find a way that's comfortable, easy, smooth, quiet, and without effort. It's a very ease of a sense. So just the in-breath, just focus on that in-breath. Notice how you might even be able to start to lengthen it. It just comes naturally. Maybe at the very beginning of this little practice that your breath was quicker, and that's very natural. And maybe as you go into it, it lengthens, it softens, it quiets down and slows down, which is also natural. But within a practice like this, we begin to observe it, and then we can watch it in our daily lives. Okay, now do the same thing with the out breath. So that exhale is now contracting the belly toward the spine, and that's also very gentle and without effort, easy, smooth, quiet, deep. And then take a moment to see if that begins to just become very natural. Just the fact that you're observing it. And how you can smooth that out and feel that sense of maybe a relaxation or a sense of aha, or a letting go, or a non-striving, those kinds of adjectives towards that exhale. See if that comes into play. And if it doesn't, that's okay. And you might notice that your exhale will lengthen as well. Now put both of them together. Observe the inhale and then observe the exhale. And make them as equal as possible. Tend to both of them simultaneously without effort. It's just a looking, it's just an exercise. And then be true and loving to yourself within this breath cycle. And observe just gently. On the inhale, observe gently on the exhale. All right, and then just relax into that. Open your eyes if they're not already. And today we are going to start standing. So keep your chairs handy, but we're going to come into standing pose. We're going to do something that we've never done before. And that's working with our standing posture with our feet actually a little bit alternate, or one in front of the other, just slightly. So to begin, come into that standing pose and feel all four corners of your feet. So just tip slightly forward. Now this is not, where you're going to tip and fall. And then just slightly back. And then always go back to center and feel the whole foot front and back first. And then this is just within an easy breath cycle. And then now tip side to side, do the same thing, side to side, and then back to center. And then now feel the new center of your foot. We're gonna do it one more time. So do the forward and the back again. So maybe your toes are gonna grab onto the mat or carpet. And maybe when you go back, your heels are gonna feel very deeply weighted. And then when you come to center, you're going to feel that center, that arch that maybe you've not felt before. And then try the sides of the feet, one outer, one inner, and then the other side of those feet. And then when you come back to center, notice there may be a new center. It's very subtle. It may not be, but you might start to feel that new sense of centering. Now relax your knees, relax your legs, and just sit or settle into that center. Now we're going to take your right foot, step it about 2 or 3 inches forward of your left foot. So both of your feet are hip width apart. They're not together. They're not touching. It's a real comfortable stance. You should feel very steady in this stance. So my left toes are kind of lined up with the arch of my right foot. That's about as far as we're going to go. So get that far and then find that new sense of balance, find that center. And then start, and if you want to have a chair, by you so you can adjust your balance, that's okay too. You want to use that, just you don't want to tip or fall. So once you've got that right foot forward and the left foot planted, now feel equal weight in both. Just both feet are firmly rooted into the floor and you're quite even. Now we're going to shift that. So we're going to pretend like we're walking. So all you're going to do is bring weight into the right foot and then shift back into your left foot. So it's a real subtle shift forward into the right foot and then back into the left. So it's just a very small movement forward and back. So just keep that shifting going, and it's a very easy way. Now go a little bit deeper, shift forward and lift your left heel just a little bit off the floor and then go back again. Lower the heel And then try it again. Weight on the right foot, lift the left heel, and then lower the left heel and shift back to that center position, or kind of like home plate. Forward and back. So it's a very little shifting, very little lifting and lowering of that left heel. And see if you can sense weight in the ball of your left foot, just a little bit, and full weight, almost full weight in your right foot, shifting forward and back. So do that a couple more times and be aware of the sensory input on the bottoms of your feet. And how just that little rocking motion is very comfortable and very enjoyable. Okay, go back to natural standing, mountain pose, Tadasana. So just stand and relax the knees. Just take a couple breaths, easy breathing. And now the left foot. So step that left foot forward, the same thing. So now your right toes are going to line up to the arch of your left foot. So it's not a big, it's not like you're taking a whole step forward. It's just like a quarter of a step or a baby step. Let's put it that way. And then now you're going to shift your weight to the left foot and back to the right foot. So both feet are flat on the floor. And it's just a shifting forward and back. And all the while we're noticing the bottoms of the feet, the full weight on the left, full weight on the right, or almost full. Okay, now start putting more weight on the left foot and lift that right heel and then lower it. So shift toward the left foot, lift the right heel, lower the heel, shift back to a center or home plate. And just keep rocking forward and back with that little lift of the right heel. Now notice if you can put your attention on the right ball of the foot. And then when you rock back onto it, notice the weight in the heel of the right foot. And then come to a decision if that sensation in your right foot was different than the left foot when we did the rocking. We'll go back to that maybe at the end of class and we'll kind of compare. So just a very little shifting. All right, now come back to home plate. So back to mountain pose and just stand, relax your shoulders, give them a little roll. And then let your arms get nice and heavy. Let them fingertips point toward the floor. And again, shift forward toward your toes and then slightly back to your heels. And then find home plate again. And then try the right and left. Just a little bit of a tip, not much. Right and left. Feel the outer edge and the inner edge of your feet, and then back to home plate again. And now feel that natural centering. Relax your knees, relax your thighs, relax your shoulders. Let your arms just kind of get heavy. Chin level to the floor. Keep your eyes right on the horizon. And now observe how you feel. Kind of take a scan of the body. What's going on? Is there a difference than what you felt at 11 o'clock versus 11:20? Breathe deep and even. Okay, we're going to add one little odd element to this. The base of your sternum is right here. Like if we all have bras on, it's right at the bottom of the bra line. It's actually right at the heart center. So when your ribs come all together here, there's that bony structure here. The very bottom of it is the bottom of the sternum. Think of a little light shining out of that little space and lift your light up slightly. So you're going to shine your light up. So you're not going to arc your back like this. It's more of just a lifting, very subtle, a lifting and a shining the light forward and maybe at a slight diagonal. When you get that sensation, notice how that feels. That little bit of lifting of the sternum, not arcing the back, not creating any contraction in the vertebrae. It's just a lift of the chest. Dangle your arms, look forward, and just notice. Did your breathing change? Did it remain the same? Just kind of figure out where you were before. We'll revisit this part of it later too. Equal weight in the feet, soft knees, soft hips, soft thighs, heavy long arms, sternum slightly pointing up like you're shining a light on the horizon and slightly up, like a sunrise, when the sun is just coming up and it's just above the sun, above the horizon. Shine your light there, so you're meeting the sun. Sun and your light are meeting. And notice the energy that you can draw from that sun. Let it shine into the whole body. And now just relax. Heavy feet, heavy weight in the feet. And then we'll start our sun salutation. So grab your chairs again. Oh, you know, before we do that, you can grab your chairs, get them ready, but I'd like to do one more thing before we do sun cells. Soon as you're ready, if you got your chair, come back to the standing, come back to that center of your foot, come back to the long, heavy arms, return to gazing right at the horizon, but now lift the sternum up to the sunrise again. So it's just that little shift. Now take that stance and start walking around your room. Just easy, you know, don't pay attention, but keep that sternum, you know, slightly on the sunrise. And see how that feels. You can go any direction, doesn't. And notice if the breath changed. If maybe you lost sight of it. Try to use the whole bottoms of your feet when you walk, heel to toe. And then come back to standing. In fact, come back to standing in front of your chair. And we'll start sun salutations. So from that position, hands to your heart center. All right, we're going to take this one slow today. So we're going to press forward. Think of opening the back rather than pressing forward. So the back is open. Open the space between the shoulder blades. And then straight up, arms by the ears. Feel that same rooted feeling in your feet. You can even play with the sternum if you want. Still looking at the sunrise. Now, when you bend back, that light at the sternum is now going higher above the sun. come to a nice slow forward fold. Take your time. You know, like a bird on a thermal wave, and then you just float down, float up, float level. Take a big breath here. Open whatever needs to be opened. And then step the right foot back, come to the lunge, drop your knee, lift your sternum again, shine your light, and look up. We're going to just breathe gently here. Now step back to down dog. In that same sense that you had of your whole foot resting when we were standing, do the same thing in this position. Now come to cobra, but make it gentle, easy, fluid, soft. Just take your time. Understand why you need to move this way. And then press back to that down dog, rooting your feet again. And the motions can be very methodical and just very fluid, kind of like a wave in the ocean. Breathe naturally here. And then step your right foot forward. We're going to come into that lunge again. So now shine your light forward, look up. And then very gently, just step to a forward fold. Root your feet, lower your forehead, and just breathe into that space that needs a little extra attention. Arms out at a T, like a bird. They're soft. And then inhale them up. Shine the light up. And go back to forward fold. Step the left foot back, come into lunge. Down dog. And cobra. And use all the elements that we learned on the right side, back to down dog. Left lunge. Forward fold. And come up, just like a bird floating on the wind. And come back to your heart center. And go back to that mountain pose, that home plate. All right, let's come to seated. All the way down on the floor, not on the chair. We're going to kind of bypass the chair a little bit today. So if you come all the way down, into easy and begin your spinal twist. So your left hand can start with your right knee and twist, or the other way, doesn't really matter. Twist and then come forward and switch sides. And just gently from side to side. Take a moment to bring your awareness on the side that is twisted. And then when you switch, bring your awareness to the other side that's in the twist. And just see if you notice a difference. So when I have my left hand on my right knee, I'm twisting to the right. So my right side is actually in a twisted position. My left side is more open. So for now, focus on the side that's twisted. And then switch and notice. Try a couple more times, bringing the focus on the twisted side. And then switch. And if you're balanced out, come back to center. We're going to do that again. And then this time we're going to twist and put your attention on the open side. So I've got my left hand on my right knee. I'm going to twist to the right. Now attention is on my left side or the open side. And then switch sides. So my right hand's on the left knee. And then when I twist to the left, my right side is open. And see if you can find something different going on there. And just gently go side to side. Noticing, observing. And then now see if your breath has changed. Can you match the inhale with the center position and the exhale with the twisting? And then observing on the outer side of the body all at the same time. Very interesting when you play with emotions and shift the awareness. So then it becomes more like a dance rather than a do. All right, one more. Let's try one more on each side. Focus on the outer side, the open side, and the breath. It becomes very beautiful, very fluid, very interesting. Interesting can be a good term. All right, come back to center. One hand on each knee. Bring your shoulders back, chest forward. So the back is a little arched, but we're doing that purposely. And breathe deep here. Now drop your chin to your chest. And then begin a neck roll. And again, be kind to yourself with this. And here's another opportunity for you to notice if there's a difference from side to side, and generally there's going to be. So it's nothing that we need to criticize. It's a noticing and more go into caring mode. Like you care for the side that does feel different and maybe a twinge here or there, and that's okay. And we just float through it, attend to it, don't judge it. And then finish this one in inch into chest. And this is all without judgment. And then when you lift your gaze, lift your sternum light up also. Lift the sternum, lift the gaze, look up towards the ceiling. And then now relax into your natural home base, that natural soft position that feels the best for you. And then turn your head to the right. And then with awareness, turn it left. So we're so used to just flipping our head side to side, looking this and that. Let's just take a time, one more time, right and left, to observe it. What happens? What happens to the neck? What happens to the shoulders when you turn your head? How many muscles does it take for you to do this? And then find your way back to center. And then interlace behind your hips and roll the shoulders back and down. Come right up out of the hips. You want to lengthen your spine as much as you can. And then bend at the hips, not at the waist. And just come forward to your comfortable level of space. And then come back up again. And down and up is at the same pace. So take an inhale. Exhale your way down. Whatever feels right. And then inhale back up again. Okay, now this time don't pay attention to breath. Just come down, breathe, just natural. And then come back up again. And notice if you can come a little lower. Try it again. So the awareness is on the movement of turning the body down, folding it forward. Maybe trying to come a little bit closer to the floor without pushing. And then try it again. Okay, now this last one, take an inhale and exhale your way down. Keep exhale long, long and smooth and quiet. And then inhale back up, same way. And then just relax, in home plate. And go into observe mode again and see how that feels. Okay, we're going to bring our legs out into a comfortable V. Whatever works for you today. It doesn't have to be really wide. So we're going to start out with just a simple churning. So your arms are at a T, right hand to that left foot, and then your left hand straight back level to the floor. And then gently come back to center and, of course, switch. And keep switching side to side. Now, if you've practiced this before and you feel like your flexibility is increasing a little bit, start working with your ear toward your knee and you're folding forward a little bit deeper. And notice if you lost sight of the breath, or is it coming natural to you? To inhale when you're coming up and to exhale as you contract the body. It should be becoming very natural. And take a couple more on each side. And if your arms feel too heavy and it's a little bit too much, just come to center and rest them. You don't have to finish it. That's okay. But if you're finishing out the practice, relax the arms and then just hug the knees to your chest. What I like to do is round the shoulders forward and give my upper back a nice stretch. And then breathe deep into that space. That upper back, right, the upper thoracic in between the blades. Breathe and open, stretch, relax. Okay, now make an easy transition onto your knees. So this is the easiest way for me is going into easy pose and roll forward. Come up onto the knees and tuck your right toes. We'll work a little bit with camel, so right to right and left arm up and over. Just the right side. So come back to kind of home plate, and then right side again, left arm up. So decide how deep is good for you to begin with. And then as you progress, is your body allowing you to go a little deeper? Maybe the arm can go farther past that midline. Maybe you can drop the head back and work with the neck muscles. Or maybe not. Maybe you need to support the neck and tuck your chin and do it. Make that decision, that informed decision. And see how comfortable and effortless you can make it suited to your needs today. So it's much different than, being in a full class and doing everything that everybody else does. You want to change that mode of thinking and make it work for you. All right, let's try one more on the right side. Back bends are so beneficial, so beautiful to the body. All right, go back to kneeling. And tuck the left toes, left hand to the left, and then bring that right arm up and see where it needs to go first. And when you find out that it's different than the other side, try not to judge that or really change it unless you hear a clue from the body. So if you hear that little nudge, like, okay, yeah, maybe I can, then go for it, rather than flinging it back and being unaware of the movement. That's what causes injury. So it's all very smooth, mindful, effortless. And if your knees bother you, you can either, cushion them or stop the practice. You can also do this on a chair. But give yourself enough of these repetitions to notice how it changes. how the body adapts. And if there's any pain or discomfort, either back off or don't do it at all. All right, one more. And then while we're here, just come to all fours. And work with the spine with cat stretch. Exhale it, round your back, and then inhale, look forward. And if you feel slightly dizzy from doing those camel postures, just remain neutral and look down to regain the equilibrium. Or continue with your cat stretches. Okay, now do this. Go to neutral, arc your back, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Put your attention on the tip of the tailbone tucked under, and just breathe. Now let your inhale bring your chest and your gaze forward. So send your hips up, look forward. Now shine that light at the sternum a little bit higher. And then come back to neutral, straighten out your spine, look down. Take a few rest breaths. And then step your right foot forward right up to where your fingertips are. And come up to your knee. So now, once you're here, you're going to lunge forward, lengthening that left leg. Stand, come as deep as you can go comfortably. Start slow. I've already done this morning, so I'm all warmed up. But if you haven't, then take tiny little bends forward and back again. And then wait for the body signal to go deeper. Pay particular attention to that space at the left front thigh, the upper thigh, right at that psoas muscle, right at the groin where the leg is to the bottom of the torso. Bring your awareness there. And notice. So we'll do the other side and we'll make a comparison. Okay, let's do one more of these. Go back to kneeling. Just take a little break first. Give it a rub if you need it. And then go to all fours. Step the left foot right up to the fingertips. And then come back up so we're all nice and lined up. And then we're going to start that again. So what I do is I keep both my hands on the bent knee and then start lunging forward. Okay, now bring that same focus now on that right right groin, right upper thigh, bottom of the torso, that space, that opening. So concentrate on that and make your little comparison. And that's without judgment. That's just noticing and seeing what's going on. And if one side is particularly tighter than the other, you might want to work on that side more. But it's just a gentle allowing. And then the deepening comes almost intuitionally. You can feel it, you know it, and then you follow. And this is the way the body changes old habits. The old habit of moving and walking and standing and sitting creates disturbances in the body, or imbalances is what we call them. And this is the way to change them, because those imbalances happen over how many years? Lots of them. So it takes a slow movement to undo that. Let's just do a couple more if you're able. If not, just rest. And then do the all fours again. Just rest. Take some nice deep breaths. Open up the whole back. And then find a nice, gentle way of coming back to standing. Now we're going to go back to the exercises we began with. So feet, just right underneath the hips, and do the forward and back and center and side to side and center. Very easy, just tiny little movements. Now step that left foot forward, the same place that you did before. So it's like your right toes are lined up with the left arch. It's only like this much of a stagger. And then let your arms get heavy, equalize the weight in your feet, and now start that shifting toward the left foot and back to the right. So now both feet are still on the floor. Then now lift the right heel up so more weight is on your front left foot. And now we're going to add the left arm. So when you rock forward on the left foot, the left arm comes all the way up, if it's possible, and then all the way down when you rock back to the right foot. So left foot forward, left arm up, rock back onto the foot, lower your left arm. So try that again. Arm up, rock back, arm down. And the movement is slow. It's not popping your arm up. It's a very fluid, soft motion. If you can smooth it out. All right, now if your balance is good today, we're going to add looking at the hand. So rock on your left foot, bring your left arm up and watch your arm come up. Let your eyes follow the hand. So the left hand is up, you're on the left foot. Now rock back to the right foot and lower your left arm. And notice, does it balance change? Try it again. Weight on the left, left arm up. Weight on the right, left arm down. We're going to do one more element to this. Do it one more time. Weight on the left, left arm up. Now shine your light toward your left hand. Lower your left hand, go back to your right foot. All right, try that again. Left arm up, shine your light toward the left hand. Mentally. It's actually, and then lower it. Everything comes back to center. Come back to standing. We do the same thing with the right foot forward. So step it forward. It's just toes to that arch. And do the rocking toward the right foot, back to the left. So both feet stay on the floor. We're going to end class this way, so there'll be very, very little rest, but this is so restful anyway. And now start weight on the right and lift your left heel. Just slightly, it's not a lot. I don't even know if it's an inch off the floor, but it's just a rocking forward and back. All right, now when you walk forward, right arm comes up, rock back, right arm comes down. And keep trying that. Forward and up, back and down. And again. And then this next one, when the arm goes up, follow the arm with your eyes. All the way up, watch your balance. All the way down. Try it again. See if you lose any balance. And now we're going to bring that right arm up, right weight on the right foot, right arm up, eyes on the right hand, shine your light to the right hand and lower it. And try that again. Always bring your eyes back to center, not down to the floor. Your eyes are on the horizon. So your eyes are on the hand when your hand is up. And then when you lower your hand, eyes stay level. All right, try it one more time. Right arm up, eyes on the palm, shine your light on the palm. Release it, eyes level. And let's just come back to standing and rest here. Breathe deep. Let your shoulders get level, arms heavy. Relax your knees and your hips. Let your spine hold you erect, chin level. Keep your eyes open. Okay, hands to your heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.